So I'm going to do things impromptu, so I have keep myself structured. I have prepared some guiding points. I am not representing TechIt. I am representing IIT Kanpur and myself, and the group of people who are there. All this started off with a coffee table talk in our very popular place called Chemical Canteen, where we thought that we sit there and do this corridor talk all the time that quality of education is going down, industry is putting taking snipes at us, even the ministers don't leave us, everybody takes snipe shots at the IT system. Now, if we are bad on this or that, can we improve? Can be constructive about what is in here? And what came out of it was a thought that, look, why do we talk of quality? Quality of what? Finally, it's the quality of students that we produce. They are our person, normally inanimate. So let us talk of alive individuals who can lead us to the next generation, to the next level of prosperity as a society. Because India is a country with a very large population of young people. And if we go wrong now, then we are doomed. So how do we get things in order? Through whatever we have. So number one was that, okay, if you have the students, then what is it that we have to do with the students? There is a learning objective. Things that have to be taught to the students. So primarily they can be categorized into tools of knowledge enhancement, would be through, which is divided into categories like your basic sciences courses. You have the social courses, where they learn to become sensitive individuals, the engineering courses, labs, hands-on experience, and a whole set of wish list. So which can be categorized into analysis and synthesis, and finally application. As the friend from TCS said, yes, we need to bother about application, but we can't only bother about application. And we have to, somehow we are a very, I would say, class 12 level society. For us, the whole effort ends with passing off competitive exams. Okay. What happens post class 12 is something that we have really not gone about in a very serious manner, I believe that. Okay. So now, also making people responsible citizens. It could not be a better occasion than the things that you see in the media. The print media, the television media, we have to are sensitive to the social, who are aware of what's happening around us in the society, etc. So this is where most of our curriculum seem to be curriculum. Humanities aspect also has to talk about heritage. We are Indians and we have in our humanities set of courses. Are they being offered? Answer is no. We want to create Nobel laureates. We all yearn to be Nobel laureates. Engineers cannot be incidentally, but at least the science people can. Now, it seems that we are in this mad rush to become Nobel laureates ourselves. For us, our biggest asset are our students. Can we create Nobel laureates? Can we create an environment by which we can vouch that 10 years down the line, at least our students will be enabled so much that they can become competitors to Nobel laureates, if not Nobel laureates themselves? For this, we need to create an ambience of education which is not driven by business interests, which is not driven by slogans of today, because slogans keep on changing, which is driven by very classical principles which did exist in this country long time back. Okay, for example, I am very much inspired by this book called Sampurna Yantriki by Rishi Bharadwaj. If you look at that book written some 3000 years ago, this book has detailed drawings of Pushpak Viman and various other engines, instruments, etc. that Viman could not have flown, but the concept at that time was amazing. Okay. We have to do that. We have to bring in that kind of thought into our people, into our students, and I practice and their lack of knowledge and build on it. And they should be an ocean of knowledge. And an ocean of knowledge has to be always continuously replenishing itself. And this is where we have to be abreast of what's happening around us. This is where research comes in. Teaching has to be research inspired, and that does not require much of resources. It only goes with having a computer, accessing the internet. Now you have whole host of information available on the internet. Okay. We have to become, as teachers, role models to our students. We cannot be very dry people who go to the class and lecture. As Professor Nori was saying, and several senior professors were saying, we have to be sensitive to the classroom. We have to make eyeball contact with the people. And with every student, I should be able to say, this guy has not understood it, this guy has understood it to this level, and hence the repetitions. These don't cost us money. They only become a habit and becoming sensitized to it. Okay, so this was something that we wanted to inculcate in ourselves and to the people around us. We have to yearn to become a knowledge society. Right now we are not. I saw this beautiful piece of architecture while coming out of the hotel and towards this place. A boy's head with a thoughtful pose, and what's on top of the head is rupees, dollars, yen, euros, etc. We are becoming a money-minded society, not a knowledge-minded society. So these are things that we have to change. We have to at least do it within the confines of our colleges. So then comes the TechUp activity. TechUp Phase 2 was something which is a follower of Phase 1, which I believe concentrated mostly on infrastructure building. Somehow we also have this problem that as academicians and academic institutes, we believe buildings is knowledge. Then Hawa Mahal would have been a good palace. It's not. Okay. So buildings are not the only source of creation of knowledge. We need to have knowledge to impart knowledge. Okay. So how do we do that? How do we enable the teachers? So in this, we thought of creating these conclaves, number one, where we don't come and boast of what I know, what you don't know. But we get together, share ideas, create a platform where teachers can interact and improve each other. Okay? It could be a simple thing as to how to create a set of experiments for the labs. Okay? Some very good experiments were shown today, some very good examples of experiments. If that can become something that all colleges in the quality circle around IIT Hyderabad can do, it will be a great improvement without any resource crunch. And TechUp institutions, you have the money to do those things. Okay. What we also thought is that we should arrange workshops, more of interaction amongst teachers. It's satsang in the classical sense of the word. Why should satsangs be only religious? They should be really, finally, they are a platform to share knowledge. Let's share knowledge. Okay. Workshops on pedagogy and research. I think they have to go together, because without research, we don't know the 140% which is required to give 100% in the class. Okay. So conferences, we would like to have conferences which are topical. That is, we now focus on specifics. Like some of our friends were saying, like you were saying, let's get now specific. Okay. Instead of talking in the air and talking of, I would say, textbook knowledge, let's go further. Okay. Can this be initiated? For this, we don't need much of an investment. We also, in any society, see, we became known for our education long back, during the time of Maurya and the Guptas, because foreigners came. Fahian came here, Megasthenes came here, Hohenstein came here. We need to have influx of knowledgeable people from outside to share their wisdom with us. This is very important that we have invited lectures, we have scholars in residence, okay, which I believe the TechUp money can support. Okay. This is something that we thought we'll do. So at least in our quality circle, we are planning these invited lectures which will be webcast to all institutions across our circle. We want to have winter schools where people can come and just develop, let's say, a lab manual. Sit together, develop a lab manual. Okay. Or we can have specific topics, for example, areas where we are lacking. As you said, that most of the education which is done, you can see there's a pattern in the way it's done. It's very exam oriented, and I would say it is more inclined towards the easy, okay, not the challenging part. So can we now enhance that part? We are also planning to have visiting faculty from TechUp institutions who can come and participate in a class. When somebody is teaching a very, he's a very good teacher, when he's teaching a course, you can come sit there as a student and as a TA. Okay. You can participate in the class, take down lecture notes, learn how to teach that subject. Okay. From there initiates also, I would say, a collaboration or a personal association with this good teacher, which can, I hope, go further with the help of the Government of India. Then we also want to create resources. For example, we want to have, as somebody said, why can't we write? Yes. Good quality books which can be sold in Southeast Asia at least, if not the whole world. Let's target that. Why can't we translate some of the best books available into our local languages? Okay. Which the Koreans have done, the Japanese have done, the Chinese have done, but we keep on talking about these people, we never do it ourselves. Okay. These again don't require much resource, but they require effort. We want to have enhanced learning material. Can we develop better lab experiments? Can we get to the next level of research infiltrating the undergraduate and the graduate teaching? Okay. Then we could have also vernacular lectures. You simply go, sit in front of a camera, we are getting recorded right now, okay, and talk in your native language, the subject that you want to teach. It will help at least 60% of the class. Because most students, unfortunately, are foreign language disabled, where English is the foreign language that we unfortunately talk. Now, if that is a bottleneck, we can sit pretty and say, oh, these guys have failed because they are no good. It's not true. They have failed because they have not been able to grasp the language. So if this helps as an aid, very good. Can we have expanded lectures? For example, in dynamics, if you can explain the three of Newton's laws, I'm surprised that they were not the best equations. Maxwell's are, okay. Maybe it's an electrical bias. Okay. So, the three equations due to Newton in great detail from a master. Okay, let him not bother about the hours which is required. 4 hours, 5 hours of exposition with examples, with animations. So many tools are available. It would be a good repository tool which can be given to the student. So we plan to create such tools which we will be able to use. Okay, and obviously I am also learning from what you are speaking, and this will definitely go into what we do at IIT Kanpur. Okay. Also, I wanted to leave at there are some, various other things which are planned, and it is completely up to your local circle to decide how you go about it. We also have provisions for scholarships to faculty to come in summer, spend summers here, postdoctoral fellowships to faculty through TechUp to come and spend summers at some time at institutions like IITs and ISERs, ISC. Okay. You could have resident distinguished professors, get people from outside to come and spend time there. All those things should be enabled, will be enabled. Okay. I just want to leave with a few more things, that the responsibility of teachers is large, but the responsibility of the institution is also large. We have the practical scenario of institutions with student to teacher ratio of 1:100 or 100:1. That's not on. Good effective teaching cannot have student strength of more than 20:1. Okay. Otherwise, you will just not be able to give that kind of attention which is required. So institutions have to also look at their hiring policies. Okay. And once you have hired, don't start pointing fingers at them. These are your resources. Train them, take care of them, take them to the next level. Okay. The responsibility of the nation, of the society. Education cannot happen without patronage from society. This is history, the way historically a society has grown because education was patronized. You cannot leave educators and education institutions at the mercy of the market forces and say, go get your resources and run on your own. You cannot have a peaceful environment within which knowledge can grow and nucleate. Okay. So these are some things that, at least from our side, we are trying to push with the ministry, with whoever we are interacting with. We keep on blabbering, let them understand, not understand. Our job is to talk, their job is to understand. By the way, 1 crore students graduate from class 12 every year, out of which the population to PhD is 65,000 only. And that is not all in engineering. Engineering is a small part of it. This is a thought that you should also stay with. Okay. I have many more data, but I'll not stop because my 3 minutes are over.